Hey, what is up? This is Chosen, and it is Friday. The weekend is almost here. I can feel it. We've got a lot to cover in this video. In about 10 days, we know about the next Fragment event that's going to be going on, so I will get you some live first reaction context on that champion and show you the artwork. Then we've also got to wrap up some of these announcements coming from Plarium in terms of quality of life changes and them doing their what's next post. So I will get you some context on that, and then we'll wrap up what's going on in game in terms of these announcement offers and the shards being boosted this weekend. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, quick clarification. In my last video, I misspoke a little bit. I said this weekend all shards are going to be boosted, Ancients, Void, Sacreds. That's true, but I don't want to mislead you into thinking they're all going to be live at the same time. As you see right here, we've got the 2x chances boosted for the next 15 hours it shows while I'm recording this. They're going to be boosting them one at a time, so you want to make sure and go into the eye and confirm that you've got these gold numbers here and that the shards are boosted. You don't want to pull them all at the same time. You want to wait until the respective day that they are going to be boosted. So I want to clarify that. I'm sorry for not being specific enough when I said what was coming this weekend, but yeah, just make sure you're pulling your shards while they're boosted. But now I want to transition into going over what I think is the biggest thing to touch on today, and that is going to be this Fragment Summon event for Yoshi the Drunkard. And this is going to be a special one because this is going to be kicking off the Shadowkin faction, going to be launching on March 16th in about 10 days from now. This event will kick off the Shadowkin faction. So that is exciting, and we are going to go over the kit of this champion right here live. So we've got A1, attack one enemy, 30% chance of placing a stun. I bet we can buff that up to about 50. I've been telling them behind the scenes, I wish we could see how books affect these champions when they get announced, but alas, we're going to do our best to break it down. But I bet that's an A1 that has about a 50% chance to place a stun when it is booked. Then we've got the A2, attack 2 times at random, 75% chance. I bet you can boost that to 100 of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff and an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. Okay, the cooldown will be 3. There may not be books that affect the cooldown to bring that to 2. That's probably going to stay at 3. Then we've got the A3, place a 50% increase attack buff and a 50% increase accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 50% chance of placing a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Has a 75% chance instead on enemies that are under increased attack. Now, I bet you can get both debuff chance and bring that cooldown to 4 on the books. That's a pretty powerful ability. We've got a big accuracy swing, placing both decrease and increase on both sides of the accuracy spectrum. Then we've got the passive, fills the champion's tribute by 4% each time an enemy receives a buff. So, okay, this guy looks interesting, looks fun. Definitely gonna be worth having on your roster and going for, in my opinion, the A1 CC, and then big accuracy swings. Decrease accuracy and increase accuracy are roles that we don't see filled a lot in the game, so they fill an underrepresented niche in the game. And then also true fear is incredible, so definitely going to be worth going for. Should be a fun champion to kick off the Shadowkin faction. So I will let you guys know exactly when we hear these events announced. I will get an infographic out so that you can plan your account accordingly in going for this guy. And then just in case you are curious, he is going to be a legendary. Obviously, it's not going to be like an epic fusion. And then the affinity will be Force Affinity. And then we had a little bit of an announcement come from Plarium, so I just wanted to go over this really quickly. We won't read it word for word, but I'll get you the meat and potatoes of what you're going to want to know coming from this. So, champion tags are going to be coming to Raid. This is obviously very much needed. We've all got maybe 2 Cold Hearts or 2 Royal Guards or different champions that we're building, like a Doom Priest that's for an unkillable comp in the clan boss, and then a Doom Priest that's used in Faction Wars or Doom Tower or something. So champion tags are going to go a long way to helping with that. Now, I do want to be clear, Plarium, I don't want us to get confused. This is not a duplicate system. This is just a quality of life change to help us label champions. I hope they don't try to pawn this off as a duplicate system, similar to how 3v3 Tag Team Arena is not a duplicate system. It's just a cool feature to use duplicate champions. It's not an actual dupe system. So let's not get confused. Let's not get lost in the wash. We do still definitely need a massively prioritized duplicate champion system in Raid. But the champion tags idea is definitely cool, and I like it being added to Raid. I will get you more context on this in just a second. Then it says, one more thing we want to mention is clan activities. Definitely needed. we need things to tackle as a team, as a community, to come together and go after things. So I definitely hope they start introducing clan versus clan or clan activities in game. Would definitely be a welcome addition to the game. I hope that is coming soon. And then if you want to know more, pay attention to your favorite raid content creators, of course. They might have a video on the topic. We'll be giving you more information and details. Yeah, so as soon as I know more, you'll know more. I'll get a video out within a couple hours of me knowing anything. And then that new patch is expected to come out in the next couple of weeks if all goes well. Okay, and then to go on to thank you for the support over time here, celebrating the anniversary. So now let's go ahead and touch on these champion tags. So then this is what the champion tags system is going to look like in-game when it is implemented. And honestly, I think they did this pretty well. This is kind of cool. You'll see on the right side of the tavern there, in the first picture up at the top left, there's that little star icon towards the right above the tavern logo. That's where you're gonna click on to access the champion tags. You slide over to the right, you can see the champion tags. You've got choices of build 1, 2, or 3, and then different icons based on what you are doing with that champion. That should be enough to help us differentiate between champions that we are using in game for multiple different purposes. And then on the bottom there, you can see the final result, what it's going to look like when you are throwing champions into the, you can maybe use 1 as like, this is my main Madam Saris, and then 2, this is my secondary Saris for Tag Team Arena when I want to use multiple ones. So that should go a long way in helping us manage a lot of these different champions that we're using between the different areas of the game that have come out since Raid was first launched, like Tag Team Arena, Doom Tower. We're needing to use champions in a bunch of different ways and needing to use some of these duplicates in different situations. So this should help us a lot in terms of putting champions together without having to constantly go out, flip into our index, then go back to the Tag Team Arena, then go back and check again, or maybe pull up their total stats and try to remember, oh, okay, so this Kolar has 198 speed. Was that my main one? This Kolar has 192 speed. Which one was which? So this will definitely help us out a lot. Good job, Plarium. This is great. But now let's get to work on the actual duplicate system. We really need that in Raid. But this will go a long way to being a quality of life change. And then before we dive into some of the in-game stuff, grade the offers, and those type of things, last night I did have somebody get second place in the free-to-play competition. If you haven't seen the video of me interviewing the winner, I will link to that right there, where you can check out the winner of the $1,000 and me sitting down and having a conversation with them after winning the free-to-play competition. But right on their heels, it's actually a good thing that they finished when they did, because we already have somebody who got second place, and you can see those teams over there on the right side of the screen that they were using in the different areas of the game. They actually went with a 4-person team on the Golem, and if you're not familiar, you can only use a champion twice, so that's why they had to kind of move things around. I couldn't use some of those champions in all 4 dungeons, even if they would have wanted to. They got to kind of mix and match things as they go. But we had 2 people do free-to-play level 20 of every dungeon in under 50 days. Somebody did it in like 47, and then somebody did it in 49. Absolutely insane accomplishments. So huge shout out to them. And we've still got 3rd, 4th, and 5th place to go before we wrap up the competition. But 1st and 2nd place have already been claimed. $1,000 and $250 already handed out. And Plarium on the back end did confirm for me so far that 1st and 2nd place, they looked into the accounts and no money was spent. So they were legit winners and deserving of the money. So congratulations. Huge shout out to Asparagus for getting 1st place, and then Kevin for getting 2nd place. Then for what is going on in game, I would say the biggest thing happening right now is probably the summon rush that's going to be coinciding with all the different summon events going on this weekend with Ancients, Sacreds, and Voids. And they're actually handing out some Kreela fragments. So if you were really close to getting Kreela, she's a pretty solid champion, you may want to pull enough to at least get to here. But like I said in my video talking about the boosted shards this weekend, maybe you want to be a little bit careful, because we're going to get a bunch of events coming for the new faction and the fragment summoning event and all that. So if you want to pull shards, go for it. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I would advise personally just to be a little bit careful in terms of depleting all of your resources in case we have a bunch of stuff coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So just be a little bit careful is my only caution on that. But other events, you want to keep an eye on the artifact enhancement. You got about a day and a half left on that. I would at least scoop up the core hammers here at 3,300. And then Dungeon Divers is going on. I was able to grind this up overnight and get the legendary book up for grabs here on the Dungeon Divers. And then for tournaments, I think we have a classic arena takedown or something going on right now. Yep. So that's going to end in a couple days. You've got core hammers up here at 310. These are usually one of the easier ones to complete, the classic arena takedowns, compared to the other tournaments and events that they do. And then no dungeon to grind today. The dragon one ended and the Fire Knight does not start until tomorrow. And then there will also be another champion training coming down the line. You can see what fragments are going to be up for grabs by the icon here, the Kreela, and then the different icons, Elegaeus, that are shown on the right, where you can earn some of those fragments if you were short after the event and weren't able to quite get them back then. Then let's head on into the shop and see what is going on today. Okay, so we've got a big gift. So they've been, like, the first one was really good, and then they were kind of meh, and then this one's really good. So they've really kind of been going all over the place with these gifts. Let's plug this in and see what this one's worth here, if it were like a pack in game. Then we've got a sacred, legendary book, and a 5-star chicken. Wow, that's pretty nice. So this is the best one they've done. Would be like a $16 offer in game. So yeah, I think the other best one they did was 10. The other ones were like 2.5 and 3. So they've really been on two sides of the spectrum there. But this is incredible. This is a great gift. So it's looking like we're gonna get about $30 worth of in-game gifts if they were a bunch of packs they released in terms of anniversary stuff given out. So hey, that's pretty awesome. Definitely log in and claim this anniversary gift. Super handy there. Then we've got the bonus sacred. I'm not gonna plug this in. $100 for 3 sacreds, guys. My honest opinion is don't buy that. So we're not going to plug that in. The monthly pack, not a bad time to scoop that up. It's a 2.45 is how it grades out. I've plugged it in hundreds of times. So that is your grade on that if you were curious. Mini mix, we don't need to go over. Elite sacred, again, like yeah, in my opinion, don't go down this route unless you're an uber whale. If you want to be smart about your spending, these 2 sacred offers going on today are going to be ones I'm gonna recommend against, especially with the fragment summoning event coming up in the next couple weeks, where you may want to have some of your budget available there. Faction accessories, nope. And then anniversary pack. Okay, this one's worth plugging in. Let's see what we got here. 30 and 600k. And energy of 600, and then we've got the 2 sacreds, 5 void, and 10 ancients. Okay, yeah, so this is a 3.0. There we go. But you do want to pay attention to the fact that it is going to be over the next couple of days. So it's going to go coinciding with the sacred summoning event. And let me put this away. And then the void summoning event, and then the ancient summoning event. So if you want to scoop that up today, it's one of the better offers you're going to see in game in terms of value here for your $30 because it grades out as a 3.23, and we don't see 3.0 offers coming out super often. So okay, that's a more typical offer that I would like to see, not these like sacred shard offers. Usually when they only offer sacreds, those are some of the worst offers you get in terms of bang for your dollar. But the anniversary pack is good, and the anniversary gift is definitely a thumbs up today. So that is going to conclude what I wanted to go over in this video. Just going to pull up Yoshi the Drunkard in case you wanted a quick refresher course on the kit and the artwork there of the Fragment Summit event that's going to be launching in about 10 days. So if you are pulling shards this weekend, good luck. And after this video, if you're watching it right away, I'm going to head on over to stream and go live for a couple hours. If you want to stop by, hang out, pull some shards, and play some raid, I will be live. In a pinned comment, you will see a link notifying if I am live or not, and giving a link to the stream if you want to come hang out. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.